Last book was Goodbye, Stacey, Goodbye. This book is Hello, Mallory. Mallory Pike has appeared in a few of the previous books as the oldest member of the 8-kid family. She's mostly been a mixture of bland and vaguely responsible. Since she isn't a threat to Christy's big ego, she's been invited to join the Babysitters Club. The book begins with Mallory watching her younger siblings. Right away, I'm impressed because her parents pay her for it. I never got paid for watching my little sisters. When Mom comes home, one of the boys playing volleyball is distracted and he breaks his finger. Mom takes him to the emergency room, leaving the other 6 kids with Mallory. Mallory is really happy about this. She's watching 6 kids by herself. Won't the Babysitters Club be impressed with her? Oh, Mallory, you have no idea how awful these girls can be. At school the next day, Mallory is surprised to find herself sitting next to a new student named Jessi Ramsey. The new girl is black. Wow, the only black kid in the entire grade. This is where we learn that Stony Brook Middle School is racist. One boy constantly hits Jessica with rubber bands, the teacher purposely gives her a short introduction instead of a full one, and the other girls gossip about how black people don't belong here in 1988 Connecticut. Mallory doesn't care about Jessica being black. She's more concerned with becoming Jessica's friend. See, Mallory doesn't have any friends, since all of the other girls in class have already been taken. So Jessica is Mallory's only chance to have a best friend. Don't mess it up, Mallory! Mallory immediately messes up her friendship with the Babysitters Club. At the next club meeting, the girls start negatively judging her clothing and her attitude. Yeah, like they're one to talk about fashion. Mallory tries to impress the girls with the story of how she watched 6 kids in emergency. Christy immediately turns things around and blames Mallory for the accident. She decides to punish Mallory with a babysitting test. The next day, Mallory stops by the Ramsey house. Jessica introduces herself as Jessi. Jessi does ballet and tells jokes. She has a younger brother, a baby brother, and a younger sister. Jessi and Mallory both like babysitting and horses, so they instantly become best friends forever. The Babysitters Club! The best friends you'll ever have when there are literally no other options. Mallory's babysitting test is way too difficult, with questions about teething and tourniquets. Christy even criticizes Mallory for not including the gallbladder as part of the digestive system. Wow, Christy, you're a jerk. Claudia turns into a jerk too. She comes along on Mallory's first babysitting job and criticizes everything she does, including harmless things like asking the kids what they want for a snack. Personally, if I was Claudia, I'd be more concerned with the creepy look that one kid is giving Mallory. So Mallory fails both her tests, and the Babysitters Club decides not to accept her as a new member. Mallory calls them out on their nonsense. Those tests were designed to be impossible to pass. Besides, the gallbladder thing shouldn't count because Claudia can't even pronounce digestive system correctly. Mallory leaves in a huff. She mopes for a while, until she discovers that Jessi is moping too. Jessi is sad because it's been 5 days since they moved into town, and Mallory is the only person who has talked to her. Since both girls feel excluded by everyone else, they become better friends. Mallory brings Jessi home with her, and there's a really awkward scene. Mallory's 6-year-old sister assumes Jessi has come to clean the house, since that's what black people do. Wow. I'm surprised Mallory isn't racist when her family members say racist stuff like that. Mallory and Jessi decide to form their own Babysitters Club. Ooh, bad idea. I remember the Babysitters Agency from book number 3. Also, when I reviewed book number 3, this happened.
Hey, can I join the Babysitters Club?
Mallory, didn't we babysit you in book 3?
Yes, but I'm 11 books more mature now.
Okay. Welcome to the Babysitters Club. Mallory and Jessi's babysitting club goes pretty well, I guess. I mean, their only clients are their parents, but hey, that's better than nothing. And besides, the babysitters club feels threatened by this new group, so mission accomplished. There is more racism as Mallory learns that the town's welcome wagon has deliberately avoided the Ramseys. The mom across the street even yells at her child for getting too close to their house. Things start to get better for Jessi, though, as she makes new friends at ballet school, and they don't care that she's black. And who's the first person in town to invite the Ramseys over for dinner? Dr. Johansson! Good for her! And now Charlotte has a new friend her age, so Dr. Johansson gets double parent points. Yeah! The Babysitters Club gets swamped with jobs, and they realize they made a mistake in rejecting Mallory. They know that she's a responsible person, and their test was completely unfair. Christy swallows her pride, and she asks Jessi and Mallory to become junior members. Junior members? Hey, make them full members! They're awesome! The book ends with Mallory doing another test babysitting run. It goes perfectly, and she handles herself well during an accident/emergency. Claudia says she's definitely going to be accepted into the club. The end. Post-Book Followup. This book is mostly about racism. It's kind of weird because everyone in town is normally friendly and welcoming. Nobody cares that Claudia is half Japanese, for example. But in this book, everyone suddenly becomes racist, to the point where they refuse to even talk to the black family. I'm not sure where all the racism is coming from, or where it goes, because racism is not an issue for Jessi in any of the other books. It's like the problem goes away all by itself. Does the Babysitters Club carry that much weight in this town? You know what? I think this book would have been more interesting from Jessi's point of view. Mallory is kind of removed from the problem of racism, and it's kind of disappointing that Mallory doesn't really care about undoing the damage of racism. Initially, she only cares about Jessi because she needs a friend. If Mallory had already been a member of the Babysitters Club at this point, she probably would have ignored Jessi completely. Which brings me to Mallory herself. Personally, I like her, but most fans of the series don't. She has a tendency to be even more bland than Mary Ann. She doesn't have any interest besides babysitting and reading, and seriously, nobody wants to read a book about reading a book. Usually, whenever Mallory is around, her siblings steal all of the attention away from her. And here are two weird things about the cover art. Number one, this book says Jessi wears glasses, but she's never pictured with them. Number two, Mallory is a brunette, but all of the cover art shows that she's a redhead. Weird. Overall, I enjoyed this book. It was nice to see a new character with an outsider's view of the Babysitters Club. The racism stuff was kind of hard to read, but it sends the right message about overcoming hatred and not excluding people who are different from you. I give Babysitters Club number 14, Hello Mallory, a 9 out of 10.